Hello Virgo friends, I'm Annie Botticelli and welcome to my January 2020 horoscope report for you. This month is full of possibility for happy transformation and your wildest dreams being fulfilled. And that is the truth. Now, of course, is that going to happen for everybody? No, and that's something that everyone needs to know about horoscopes, is that when we look at potentials, it's kind of like meteorology. There are certain factors that contribute to weather systems, but the weather that comes isn't always what the meteorologist predicts because it's complicated. And astrology is even more complicated because each individual has their own personal charts that we can't take into consideration when we're doing horoscopes. But statistically speaking, the odds are genuinely increased for happy transformation and your major dreams coming true, and I'm going to show you why. I'm an astrology teacher and I love to show you not only what may happen, but also the support in the chart. Okay, so everything in astrology boils down to math. The angles between signs flavor their relationship to each other. So when we're talking about aspects that are occurring in a certain period of time, the way that we want to see how the odds are that the sign that we're looking at, how you're going to experience that is by the angles that those aspects are making. Okay, so what do we have going on? We have the eclipse. Okay, the eclipse is in a water sign. It's at a 60-degree angle. I'll show you this in the chart here in a minute. We've got a massive representation in Capricorn. Capricorn is an earth sign. Virgo is an earth sign. So all the Capricorn things that are happening are making amazing angles to your Virgo placements. And we also have this predominance of energy in one sector of the chart, which is going to bring that sector of the chart alive in a big way. Okay, so now let's look at the charts and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Okay, so I'm using a chart that's known as the early chart, meaning the earlier degrees. But with the discussion that we have right now, what I'm talking about is true for everybody. There are going to be a couple of tweaks for those of you at the end of the sign, but even the things I'm talking about now are still also for you friends at the end of the sign. Okay, so this is relevant for all Virgos. So the first thing we talked about is how the Cancer energy, you can't see this, it's not in the chart, but around 20 degrees here, that lunar eclipse on January 10th is going to occur, and that is going to make a beautiful 60-degree angle to Virgo energies in general. Now, all Virgos will have a chance to be kissed by this, but those of you, okay, the aspect is at 20 degrees. So those of you that are like between 15 degrees and 25 degrees, the closer you get to 20 degrees, the more powerful, are going to get the direct smooching from this eclipse. So the benefits, the transformation, the positive changes, the happy transformation is possible for all of the Virgo placements, but the closer you are to these numbers, the intensity may be increased. Okay, so we're also talking about these degrees are also talking about, so 20 degrees is where the aspect is. 5 degrees before and after are basically who get the strongest intensity, and those closer to 20 will be more intense, but you've got this 10-degree radius. Okay, so that basically corresponds with around like the 5th, or we'll say like that towards the end of the week of the September birthdays, like early September birthdays, around the 5th through the 15th is going to be like the closest hit. And I mean hit in a good way. All right. And then we're talking about like the 10th, around the days around September 10th is like the closest hit. So, but everybody else is still included in there for the possible transformation. Now, for everybody, every Virgo, remember the angle we're working with is called a sextile. It's a 60-degree angle. And 60-degree angles are like ingredients on a counter. Okay, so we always talk about this. You get your pie ingredients, you get your soup ingredients. It's on the counter. 60-degree angle brings you the ingredients. But you have to make it. So usually there's something you have to do. There's some action required to make the most of it. But this is exciting because this is the month that's most favorable of the whole year of 2020. This is the month that's most favorable for taking action, making changes, new like big things, because once we get into the beginning of February, all the rest of 2020 is enmeshed in this retrograde energy. And don't get me wrong, retrograde energy doesn't have to be bad. Many people will experience amazing things rolling into them, you know, and it can be a very magical time, but it's just more of a time to let things come to you and not force things out, which is not very easy for some people. And also, so if you have something that you know that you're trying to launch, something you know you're trying to do, something you know that you have clarity about now, this month is going to be the month to do it, because the clarity might shift a little bit and it may get a little bit more nebulous into the rest of the year. Okay, so the next thing, and again, I'm using this early chart, but what we're talking about is true for everybody. So the next thing that's going on is all of this energy in Capricorn. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we had the solar eclipse at the end of December that made a sweet aspect for your sign. So, you know, you all in the middle to late degree realm got kissed more with this January eclipse, but the December eclipse, that's going to be at 4 degrees. So really from like 0 to 9 degrees. So the whole early spectrum. So everybody that's an August born Virgo, you're getting extra smooches from that other eclipse, you know, so there's a lot going on. Eclipses bring radical changes, radical trajectory shifts, you know, dramatic endings, awesome new beginnings. And sometimes the things that happen aren't as great, but because of the way these aspects are coming, again, it makes it more likely that either they'll be positive from the beginning of it and just all throughout, or that there'll be a silver lining or something that happens to bring grace or support in if there is a challenge. So all of those cap placements make 120 degree angles with your Virgo placement. And that is the most favorable aspect in astrology. That's the kind of aspect that you just sit back and you just let things come into you, and you don't have to make your pie from the counter. It just comes to you delivered. So I love this month for the potential for happy transformation and for really getting to gel a lot of the things that you've been working on. All right, so the next thing that I want to talk about is that this 5th house is being really lit up. Now, this is going to be true for all Virgo placements, but what I'm about to describe is going to take a little longer for those of you towards the end of the sign, okay? Because the personal planets, the ones that move quick, the Sun, Mercury, that are part of this whole conglomeration here, those move over the course of weeks. So they're going to be getting to the 5th house for you in the beginning of the sign, right at the beginning of the month. And then, you know, as you progress through the sign and you progress through the month, everybody is going to have this. The 5th house, which is the arena that's being highlighted, has to do with love, romance, finding true love, finding the one. And this year is a really magical year for Virgos because Jupiter is entering the 5th house. Now, again, this is going to be staggered. So if you all in the middle at the end, this might take a little bit to get cooking over there for you. But sometime this year, and for a while this year, meaning 2020, every Virgo is going to have this 5th house of true love accentuated. And when Jupiter is there, it increases the odds of finding your true love or a very important person of consequence. So you've got short-term and long-term expansion of that space of the happy transformation being involved there. Things involving children, things involving creative babies. If your creative projects are your babies, your creativity might be lit up like crazy. You might have the inspiration and also the drive to do everything, because with all this fellow earth energy, it's like a production frenzy, a productivity frenzy. So, just expect to be super busy, expect to get a lot done, try to push things through as much as you can that are ready to be done. Use this harmonious energy as best you can and bring anything creative out that's ready. If it's something brand new, if it's something that's in this constant evolution, it's been out before and you're evolving it, then the retrogrades can help you experiment with it and continue to evolve it throughout the rest of the year. But for that, first big time thing that you're going to do or something completely brand new, definitely try to take care of this or take care of that in the January energy. The 5th house also has to do with, I call it the bucket list. So like the bucket list house. So, you know, doing those things that you've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to take this class. I've always wanted to go to this place. This is an amazing month to do those kind of things. So love, you know, children, creativity, fun, hobbies, pleasure, doing things just for the enjoyment of it. That's all the sector where a lot of this stuff can gel in a big way. Now, again, that's true for all of you, but those of you towards the end of the sign, you really still have your 4th house very much accentuated. So that means home and family and your inner world are going to be highlighted in a major way. All right, so, you know, real estate things, and really real estate things can show up for any of you. And this is my favorite month of the whole year for making a, you know, going to contract, making a purchase for a house or something house related, you know, doing new projects to your house, starting construction, things like that. It's an amazing month for that. Then the retrogrades, depending on how quickly you wrap it up, the retrogrades could, you know, take it on longer than you expect, but this is a really great, you know, groundbreaking month. Okay, so in general, this month is full of the opportunities to reap the rewards from the things that you've already done. And it's full of opportunities to have new things come your way. It's also full of opportunities to have new perspectives, change how you see things, where your current circumstances could start to look better, or you could frame things in a way that can give you a solution to something that was a problem. So I just love this month for you. Let me just take a quick check here. I mean, yeah, there's just so much outer planet activity. Uranus is in, you know, nice aspect for you. Neptune is definitely dissolving out, continuing to dissolve out things that don't have a very firm footing in spiritual principles. So you'll notice, especially you all towards the middle of the sign and, you know, like middle degree people who are the second 10-day increment. So like the first 10-day increments are basically August born or the early, and then the middle are like the first 10 days or so of September. So you all have really been having Neptune dissolve out things, and if for better and worse for you, like kind of, you know, you're standing on sand by the water and the water is coming over your feet and your feet are sinking deeper. So that's continuing to go on, and that can be kind of intense, but once you get the hang of it and can like flip back and forth between form and the unseen and, you know, the tangible and the intangible, once you can really get a footing in those realms and balance them, that is going to work for you more and more. And once you get more close with spirit and not just in sync with what you can see and what the logic is and what your thought process is, then that transit for you all in the middle there is going to be a lot smoother. Okay, so overall, we've got an amazing month. Definitely check out, and I'm going to have it follow this video, but I have a special bonus series of January eclipse effects. And I go into a massive amount of detail for early, middle, and late degree Virgo placements, exactly where this eclipse is going to hit for you. This January 10th one, the one in Cancer, what you can expect, what I've seen from eclipses in those areas over the many years I've been watching this pass. So definitely check that out. So if you want more resources to help you get your astrological footing and make the most of everything, then definitely go to my website, anniehelpsyou.com. I have a very detailed series of astrology blogs there. I also have, if you would love to learn astrology, formerly my astrology apprenticeship program, now called Becoming a Professional Astrologer Mastery Course, which will give you everything that you need to do astrology professionally and successfully, meaning that you can earn a living that way. I also have a new course that is a revamp of a previous course that was helping people get their business online called Secrets of a Six-Figure Consultant. So you can check all that out at anniehelpsyou.com. And if you'd like to clear karma and live your highest purpose, I have a reading special for that section, people who are looking for help there. If you want written horoscopes by me, then go to cozybysweetstarlight.com. Both of these websites, by the way, are in the notes underneath each video. At cozybysweetstarlight.com, I do written horoscopes 1 month early, just like I do these videos. And I have astrology for wellness blogs and healthy living blogs. And it's a beautiful site. At bare minimum, just go there to see how pretty it is. But there's lots of great information and a lot of astrology stuff for you. So I hope you have a wonderful month. I hope this month brings you happy transformation and the gelling of your wildest dreams. And I'll see you next month. Bye.